Dear friend, today we will see some numericals from chapter number 8. Here first we will start with numerical number 2, that is illustration number 2. It is given that a plane electromagnetic wave of frequency 25 megahertz. So they have given us the frequency f is 25 megahertz is the frequency that they have given. We should understand here that 25 mega means 10 to the power 6. So here they have given us the frequency of the wave, that is 25 megahertz in a free space along the x direction at a particular point in a space and time. Now they have also given that electric field is acting along with y-axis and it is having value 6.3 J cap volt per meter. So electric field is also given. So they have asked us to find out what is the B at this point. So we have to find out the magnetic field B at that point. Now here the question that we are considering it as a electromagnetic wave, and for electromagnetic wave we have the equation that E by B is equals to C. So if we consider the magnetic field B, we can say that B is equals to E by C. Here they are in the vector condition, so we can put first the value, that is E is equals to 6.3 and C is very well known, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8, that is the speed of light. So now when we put it, we get the result that magnetic field B is equals to, so the magnitude of B is given by 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 8 Tesla. Now we want to also find the direction of the magnetic field B. Now to find the direction, we note that electric field E is along y direction and wave propagates along x-axis. So B should be in the direction perpendicular to both x and y axis. Using the vector algebra, that is E cross B, we can say that E cross B, and that is in x direction. So E cross B results in x direction. Out of there we are given E on y axis. So if we go with the normal routine of vector, that is I, J and K, we know that if we follow anti-clockwise direction, answer will be positive. Here we are asked to find out that resultant is in x-axis and electric field is given in a y-axis. So obviously we can say that B must be in the direction of z-axis, so that we can say that J cross K would be I cap, and therefore as far as the question is concerned, we can say that magnetic field B would be in the z direction and is represented by 2.1 into 10 raised to minus 8 Tesla. But having a direction in the k, that is z axis. So this would be the answer, that is the direction. And here in above we have find out that magnitude of the magnetic field. So if we say that this is our equation 1, and then we follow the following equation, that is our equation number 2, that is required equation. So this is your illustration number 2 of the textbook. Now we will go with the next example, that is exercise example number 3. Exercise example number 3. So here we go with exercise and in exercise we go with example number 3. Actually first two examples are now out of syllabus for this year. Now we will see what is the example number 3. The question is, what physical quantity is the same for X-rays of wavelength 10 raised to minus 10 meter, red light of wavelength 6800 angstrom, and radio waves of wavelength 500 meter. So they have provided us different things, that is X-ray we are given of wavelength 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So we are given X-ray with wavelength 10 raised to minus 10 meter. Then we are given red light, so that is visible range, red color light we can consider. They have given of wavelength 6800 angstrom, so 6800 angstrom, and the radio wave of wavelength, so we are also given a radio wave with wavelength, that is 500 meter. Now obviously we can say that we are all these having electromagnetic waves, so they are the part of electromagnetic waves, and when we consider them as a electromagnetic waves, it is very clear the speed of this wave will be the speed of light, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second. So in all the condition, whatever the condition is there, we consider that speed of light remains constant, and that is the quantity that will remain constant here also, and that is the solution of the example. Now we will move further. We will calculate the next example, that is example number 4 from the exercise. Now we will see that what is given there in the question. The question is, a plane electromagnetic wave travels in a vacuum along z direction. So electromagnetic wave, that is the resultant of electro and magnetic wave, is moving in z direction. So the resultant wave is moving in a z direction. What can you say about the direction of its electric and magnetic field vectors? Okay, so we have to say the direction of electric field vector, and we also have to say about the direction of magnetic field vectors. Along with that, if the frequency of wave is 30 megahertz, what is the wavelength of the wave? So they have given us the frequency as well, that is 30 megahertz. So it is clear that it will be 30 into 10 raised to 6 hertz, and they have asked us about the wavelength of the given wave. So first of all we will calculate the wavelength from that above equation. We have already used that C is equals to lambda into F, as we know that electromagnetic wave speed is a constant. Now they have given us a frequency, so lambda is equals to C by F. Now C is given, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8, that is very well known value, and frequency is given, that is 30 into 10 raised to 6. So when we put the values, we will have the term, that is the lambda is equals to simply, that is 10 meter. So the wavelength of the given electromagnetic wave will be 10 meter. Now we are given the direction of the resultant wave. So suppose we consider as x, y and z axis over here. So if we consider this as x, then this would be y, and if this is the z, if this is the resultant wave direction, here as per as the concern of the question, they have given that the resultant wave is moving in z axis. Now as per as the equation E cross B is concerned, we can say that E cross B is resultant. So now again we will consider the known equation, that is I, J and K. If we move anti-clockwise, we will get positive answer. Here it is given that the resultant wave is in K direction, that is in Z direction, then obviously we can say that it will be the multiplication of I cross J. So the resultant will be E, that is in the direction I, cross B, that will be in the direction of J, will be, that is resultant, and that is required K. So here we can say that electric field will be in x-axis and magnetic field will be in a y-axis, so that we can get the result in a z-axis. So this is the solution of the question. Now we will see the next example, that is example number 5 of the exercise. What is given there in the question number 5? That is the question of interest. It is given that a radio can tune to any station in the 7.5 megahertz to 12 megahertz band. So we are given one frequency, that is F1 is 7.5 megahertz. So 7.5 into 10 raised to 6 hertz. 2 F2 is given, that is the band, that is 12 megahertz. So 12 into 10 raised to 6 hertz. This is the range that they have given. What is the corresponding wavelength band? So we are also have to find out lambda 1 and lambda 2 for the given wave and their corresponding value. So it is very clear that we know the equation C is equals to lambda f. So this is the common equation that we will use over here. Using that we can say f1, here we can simplify it and get the value f is equals to C by lambda. So by using this condition, we want to find out lambda, so we can make lambda as a subject. We can put lambda is equals to C by f. So here first of all we have to find out lambda 1. We can say lambda 1 is equals to C by f1. So now when we put the value C by f1, C is known, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8, that is known value, and frequency 1 is given, that is 7.5 into 10 raised to 6 hertz, that is in a megahertz range. So the first will be here, as per as the given question, 1 upon that 25 threes are 75. So we can say simply that tentative this value will be 100 upon 25, that is 4 and 4, that is if we simplify this equation we get the term that is 40 meter. So we will get lambda 1 to be a 40 meter as per as the question is concerned. Similarly we can calculate lambda 2, that is C by f2. We can have again 3 into 10 raised to 8 and f2, that is 12 into 10 raised to 6. So this will be again, that is 3 by 4, 3 by 12, that is 1 by 4. So 1/4, that is 25, and here again it will be 100 in a multiplication. So that 1/4 into 100, that is 1/4 into 100, that means it will be about 25. So this will be 25 meter, that is lambda 2. Now as we have the frequency band, we can also have the wavelength band over here, and the wavelength band would be from 40 meter to 25 meter. In a similar question we can move with the example number 8.6, that is 6th number example of the textbook. In it is given a charged particle oscillates about the mean equilibrium position with a frequency of 10 raised to 9 hertz. So here again they have given frequency 10 raised to 9 hertz. It is also called gigahertz. What is the frequency of the electromagnetic waves produced by the oscillator? This is again a simple question, that is what is the frequency of the electromagnetic wave produced by oscillator. That according to the Maxwell, a charged particle oscillating with a frequency of certain frequency produces electromagnetic wave of the same frequency. So if here the charged particle oscillate with this frequency, it will also produce the same frequency of electromagnetic wave. So this is a straight line answer. This is your example number 6. Now we will move further to example number 7. Now what is given there in the example number 7? It is also like illustration that we have seen earlier. That what is given there in the question, we will see it is given that the amplitude of magnetic field part of a harmonic electromagnetic wave in vacuum is B0 is equals to 510 nano Tesla. So we are given magnitude of magnetic field, that is 510 nano Tesla. So we can say that this is equals to 510 into 10 raised to minus 9 Tesla. So we are given the magnetic field. Now what is the next? What is the amplitude of the electric field part of the wave? So we have to just find out the electric field of the given case. Okay, so this is again a simple question that we can say that E0 over B0 can be written as a speed of light. Therefore we can say that E0 is equals to C into B0. Now value of C and B both are known, so we can put 3 into 10 raised to 8 into 510 into 10 raised to minus 9 Tesla, that is given nano Tesla. So here when we simplify, we get the answer as simple as it is given. Here it is minus 9, so it should be clear, minus 9. So here the answer would be 153 into 10 raised to 0. So this would be your answer for the question, that is Newton per Coulomb is a unit and 153 Newton per Coulomb is the answer for the question. Now we will move further for the example number 9. So now we will see that what is there in the example number 9. That is also an IMP question and it is a straightforward question. In the question they have asked us many information that we have to derive, but we will calculate first one and then we will consider the later all. That the terminology of different parts of electromagnetic spectrum is given in the text. Use the formula that E is equals to HF, or in place of F we can put it equals HC over lambda. Here H is called Planck constant, that we will learn in a new, that is a quantum physics topic. So use the formula E equals to HF for energy of a quantum of radiation or a photon and obtain the photon energy in units of eV for different parts of electromagnetic spectrum. In what way are the different scales of photon energized that you obtain related to the sources of electromagnetic radiation? So photon energy for suppose 1 meter, we go with the simple term that we derive the value for suppose 1 meter, what it can be. So we consider suppose lambda to be 1 meter. Then here what we use as a h, that is a Planck constant, that is also having a constant value, and that is here that h is generally 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 is the value for it, and it is also considered as a particular value in joule per second. So here what we will try, that we will apply the value, so it will be joule into second, and here another value that is very well known, that is speed of light, that is c, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Now here the combination of them, we can remember it also, that h into c can be considered, that is 6.63 into 3 into 10 raised to minus 26. So it can be taken for the simplicity a particular value that we can consider for it, that is 6.63 into 3, that would be about 19.89. so we can replace it and we can simplify 19.9 into 10 raised to minus 26. So we can consider it as a particular value, and that is joule into meter for the given case, that is a combination of hc. So joule into meter would be there. Now first of all we will go with the energy of this condition, that what should be the value. Here we can say energy is equals to hc over lambda. Here it will be 90.992 in 10 raised to 10 minus 26 upon so it would be 19.992 10 raised to 10 minus 26 joule. Now actually this value of energy is very small, so it is converted into electron volt. Now we can say that 1 electron volt is equals to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. So we can convert this joule into electron volt by dividing this value with 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. So that energy in EV is obtained by 19.9 into 10 raised to minus 26 upon 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule, and therefore this energy will be electron volt. So this would be about 12.43 into 10 raised to minus 7 electron volt. So this is the answer for 1 meter, and it can be also considered as a 1.24 into 10 raised to minus 6 EV. So this will be the answer of the question if we consider wavelength to be 1 meter. Now we know that the wavelength of the different spectrum part has a different value, and that is varies from 10 raised to minus 15 meter to 10 raised to 3 meter, and therefore we can replace the value of lambda, that is from 10 raised to minus 15 meter to 10 raised to 3 meter, and get different values of electron volt energy. So that is the question number 9. We can put it up to you. We are given many values, so in the exam you may ask for any particular lambda, any value of wavelength, but you can convert with the help of this way and convert it into electron volt by the equation.